Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
Master amongst Hammer Sages, the king of the ring himself. It's your boy Thicky Smalls, Gerard Michaels in the house. Well done. Handled well.
That was beautiful.
Are we live?
Yeah, F yeah, we are.
Let's go!
F yeah.
All the way back from Jacksonville this weekend with the great late Dave Landau. I want to give a shout out, bro, to all the truck drivers out there listening, all the blue collar people on a Monday joining us here. Big
You
fans.
always say you hate the blue collar people.
I never said that, even
Oh,
once. No.
I could have sworn.
No.
All right.
I love my blue collar people. Shout out to the construction workers listening to us right now.
You said you hated construction workers, that they smelled
Shout
bad
out-
and made noise.
Shout out to all of the people listening on R&R and every military base across the world.
You do like the vets. I'll
Listening
give you
to
that.
their
We both
favorite
like the
show,
vets. I'll
Slick
give you
and
that.
Thick. They show us so much love, and we love you back. It's
Yeah,
your boy,
ka-ching.
Gerard Michaels. And to my right, at 6'3", 210 pounds, and every single one of them is a problem. The master of punks, the tamer of sages, the CEO of the RNC, the king of the ring himself, Slick Mick, the ruler, Mickey Gall. What's happening?
What's up,
brother?
Big G?
That might have been my best one yet.
That's pretty good.
I might have been the best
I
one
wasn't
yet.
sure where you were going to go when you went slick. But you fucking nailed it, bro.
What's
Fucking
poppin',
did your
bro?
thing. Man, I'm good. Happy you're back, buddy.
Thanks, pal.
Yeah,
It's
I
good
missed
to
you
be
for a
back.
few days.
Yeah, man.
Everything's good?
Yeah, we're getting popular, me and you. Unfortunately, that means we get to see each other less. We're
Yeah,
only-
it's good problems.
it's a good problem to have. Good problem to have. You're an international man of mystery now.
Right.
I was hanging with the great Dave Landau all weekend in Jacksonville. That was sick. That was
Right.
incredible. Ahoy to him. If you don't know who Dave Landau is, check him out. You'll absolutely love him. One of the funniest men in America.
Yeah, I saw some of those sketches you guys did. They're pretty funny, pretty intense. I don't think I want to be a part of them. But you guys go rock on with your bad selves.
Smear the Queer, the Smear the
Yeah.
Queer documentary. Check that out. They made a documentary at ESPN 30 for 30 on Smear the Queer, starring Kurt Metzger, Brendan Schaub, and myself. That should get your attention, people. That's a lot of fun. Look, you're looking super fly today, bro.
I look good, don't I?
We got sleeves going on. What's the special occasion?
This is almost a sleeve, yeah.
What are you
I mean,
chomping
so-
on there, bro?
Got these first form. Send us these. Can you scroll in on this?
Oh,
Mr.
man.
Christian?
Let me get one of those. The first form
Nah,
is
man, I want
delicious.
three. Nah, I want all three.
First
All
form.
three are from me. I'll give you one.
Yeah, performance. I love first form.
These are good, man.
Oh, dude, this is the Cajun? Oh, jalapeno heat. I had the Cajun one, man. That thing was unbelievably good. How good it was. Hey, and we got big surprise in the Slick and Thick world. Natalie is joining our first episode. Natalie, are you there with us? Are you zoomed in, Natalie?
I am. How are you guys?
Welcome.
Good to be here.
Hey, welcome to the program,
Nat?
Natalie. Now it's been. Go ahead, Natalie.
I was just gonna say I'm a little nervous. This is my first show as a producer. I'm very excited to be with you.
Welcome to the show, baby girl.
welcome. This is the first virginity I've ever taken, Mick.
Yeah?
How about that?
Really?
I'm glad to be sharing this
Can't say the
with you.
same.
Never? Nah. I've not. Believe it or not, all these years, all the dirt
All
I've
these
done,
hoes.
not a single virgin, not a one. And at this point,
Bunch of tramps.
it
huh?
would be really weird if it happened now. So I got to think
True.
that ship
Yeah, I feel
sailed.
like that ship has sailed. I
I
agree.
think so. Although
agree.
we talked about it a little while back with Eva Lovia and the whole passport bro thing. I was not really into it. I thought it was a little lame, a little skeezy, maybe even.
Passport bros?
Yeah.
No, it's very lame.
I don't know, but I think I've done a 180 on the passport bros.
What do you mean? You're in on it.
I think I'm in on it.
You're going to try and go out and go find some international girls instead of these beautiful Americans?
I think so. I think the whole like traditional masculinity thing. Although I will say, in like real America, like the places that are America, there's still some great women, but there's like a cost benefit analysis with how much shit you got to put up with, how much shit you're willing to put up with to get where you want to get. That like y axis.
Sure. I know all about scales and charts.
Yeah. So I think the amount of shit you have to put up with to get what you want, it's a smaller amount in places like, I don't know, Colombia.
Oh,
Nicaragua.
Colombia.
Yeah.
Colombia.
Colombia.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, G. I don't know. I think sometimes, there's the when you say the cost benefit analysis, if like you're putting up with a whole bunch of shit
Yep.
for like 10% of good or 20% of good,
It's a lot of
it's not
shit.
fucking worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's not. That's when you gotta fucking fold that hand, bruh.
Hey, sometimes,
You know,
and
fold your hand.
sometimes the best negotiating tactic is just taking yourself away from the table. You know, it's like, you know what? I don't want to change you. I don't even want to have this conversation. You keep doing what you're doing. Have at it, Hoss.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go hang out with these other people, you know, in a place where it costs $1 a cerveza, and like, you know.
You're saying Colombia. Now, that's where I did my Empire MMA things.
Oh, is it?
It definitely is. But I'm not a passport bro.
No. You were there for work. You weren't there. You weren't there for pleasure.
business,
You were there
doing
for
business.
business, not pleasure.
Yeah.
What do you think, Natalie? What are your thoughts on the passport bros?
I kind of feel like it makes sense. Like you're gonna go somewhere. It's the same thing as traveling to somewhere where everything's cheaper, like you said, or beer's $1. It's like, yeah, the ladies is like less effort and they're equally as beautiful.
That's
know?
right. Fight or flight.
Well,
Why
wait,
fight the
passport
system?
Is this passport thing like a money thing? Like, are you going and buying these girls? Are these girls prostitutes, hookers, or are you?
Well, that's more of a philosophical question. Aren't all girls prostitutes in one way or another, Mick? I mean, you're
gonna say
gonna
no.
take them out for dinner anyway, right? So if you're gonna take them out for dinner, what's a dinner cost in Colombia compared
Man,
to South Beach?
I feel bad for you, bro.
For
You've
me?
met some low quality women.
What?
You've met some shitty women in your life, haven't
This
you?
is very true. It's
I
very,
mean-
very true. I can't look at you. If you don't swallow, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna let you choke because then I don't have to look at it. Oh, there he goes. See you later. That's disgusting.
I'm back. Back.
Yeah, the idea. Like, look at this. Look at what we have to deal with here in America. Look at our women. Christian, pull up the clip of what we men have to deal with in America. Natalie, you're gonna have to get used to this.
Goddamn, that
Christian works
drink
at
is
his
good.
Christian works at his own pace.
Hey, so what happened to our old boy Omri?
I don't know. I'm his replacement now.
Is he dead?
The king is dead. Long live the king.
Oh,
Here we
there you
go. Yeah. So this is.
Swin.
One more
He's being
time.
funny a little bit, but also
hours. I want is Wingstop. Wingstop.
where do you think she's from?
Oh, this is a fun game. Ooh. Nothing.
Okay, all right, enough. Christian.
Nothing. All right. So where do you think she's from? White trash, but sexy, has brown friends, gets picked up by her boyfriend, wants to go to Wingstop somewhere southeast, has a friend named Squid. I'm going to say,
I thought her friend's name was Swin, and they fucked up on that.
man, fake news throws it off.
You know what
Fake
I'm saying?
news throws it
It
off.
could have been like they could. Yeah, you're thinking like East Coast, Southern East Coast.
I'm thinking like Pensacola, Florida. I'm thinking somewhere, Pensacola. I'm thinking somewhere in the Gulf.
Why'd the poor girl have to work 10 hours?
I don't know.
Needs her a good man.
He needs her a good man.
Needs her a good man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is the thing. So the passport bros is a trickle down. It's a trickle down scam.
Trickle down economics.
That's the thing. It's a trickle down scam. So the good girls that we used to have here, right? They would be like, it'd be like a sexy girl from Old Bridge, New Jersey. And she'd be a sexy girl from Old Bridge, New Jersey. And maybe you'd have to deal with somebody from, I don't know, East Brunswick. Maybe she'd go up to New Brunswick, Rutgers on the weekends. Maybe she even partied in the city on the weekends. You'd have to deal with like some rich East Village dude coming after your girl. Now these girls are international. They put up a bikini pic on Instagram, and they got some character from Dubai being like, hey, you want to fly out to the United Arab Emirates this weekend? You know, here you are trying to ask a girl out like, hey, do you want to get a cup of coffee? And somebody else is like, yeah, why, you want to go spend a weekend in Paris?
You know what I'm saying, Christian?
Come on now. So
know what
now,
I'm
instead of now we can't
Hard out here for a pimp, ain't it, Christian?
we can't compete. We can't compete with that anymore. So now we gotta go
Christian
to the
just got-
barrio.
Christian just got laid.
Is that right? Black stripper Christian.
Yeah, that's right.
What do we got?
No.
No, he's moved on from that, bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can we throw up her IG now that you moved on or what?
I'm blocked, so.
Oh no!
blocked you?
I've
She
been blocked,
you.
unblocked,
No, you
blocked,
guys were. I
unblocked.
thought you guys were like cool.
We were cool, and we hung out again. You know, I
Oh,
fucked
no.
around.
What'd you do?
we just hung out, and
You fucked around?
she was like, "We're not gonna do anything when we hang out." And then, of course, I broke her
You
down over
raped
the
her?
course.
Broke her down.
I think he just described rape.
This
No,
was
he said he
completely
broke her
legal.
down.
It's the
very
implication.
legal.
It's the implication.
yeah,
Breaking him down is completely
I punched her a
different.
few times. No, I'm just kidding. No, and
Natalie,
then,
what's your thoughts on forceful intercourse?
I think
not
it's
a
never
fan on
okay.
paper, I'm gonna say.
Not a fan of forceful
I
intercourse on
say it's
paper?
never okay.
Really?
Yeah.
How many punches before they say yes is still consent?
This is a stupid bit. Bail now. Get out of there. Get the fuck out.
Eject! Abort! The
But-
answer's 3.
But nah, man, we're not taking licks to get to the center of the touchdown. 1, 2, 3.
dude, why?
But yeah, Christian got laid. Got himself some pussy yesterday.
Hey, big
You're
job.
happy about it, yeah,
Big
man.
job. Big job.
Thanks, guys.
How many how many
What was-
positions did we
hey,
rock?
What was his name?
Ah,
Fucking got him.
It was in the back of a car, my car.
what?
Really?
Yep, in Miami.
Throwback.
What?
Yep.
You drove all the way down to Miami to
I-
then hit it in the back of your car?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Went out, had a few drinks,
What type of a pig is this that you just met her and she goes in the back of your car first date, bud?
I mean,
Sounds like
I had a good time.
princess.
So, yeah, I mean,
I mean,
I had a great time.
That's
You are a very
that's his
attractive
future
man.
wife.
Thank you.
yeah. So were you in a parking garage or was
No,
there at
we-
least a
we-
cover? Or
We parked behind some bushes, just
oh
And you,
my
you
god,
slammed it in the back
slammed
seat?
it. Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
this poor
Where'd you-
girl.
where'd you
This
nut,
poor
bro?
girl's dead, isn't she?
Don't worry about it. Just don't ever get in the back seat of my car.
Oh man, I'll tell you this: the suite they got us
Hey, I
at,
was never gonna anyway.
Good.
the suite they got us
Red
at the
shotgun.
Ramada this weekend, brutal.
Bad?
Yeah, like how they're you ever seen those like videos of somebody goes into a hotel and then they have the black light. This didn't need the black light and it looked exactly like that.
Oh really?
Oh, it was. I had to move rooms. It was. I was like, guys, have you guys ever cleaned this place?
My room in Colombia was very small.
Really?
Very, very. It was a very petite room.
It was petite.
It was petite.
Un poquito.
It was un poquito. Muy poquito.
That's all you need is a bed,
Yeah. Slept. I think I got bit by a spider on my foot the first night. It was weird. Woke up. I went to the gym the next day, and like right before I went, I remember I like scratched my foot a little bit. Then after the gym session, I look at it and I have like 3 dots, like in the shape of like a triangle, like on my foot. And it made me think of you because I know you hate your creepy crawlies.
Oh, that's it. I would have got on a plane to head back. I don't know if I now I don't think I'm a passport bro anymore.
Yeah.
What? There's pests in the.
But yeah, the room was small and I was sharing it with a few other inhabitants. But I just, you know what I mean? I had some roommates. It was cool, you know what I mean? Live and let live. I think so if you see a bug,
Yeah.
instinctively will you smash it?
Yeah.
That's from fear, bro.
Yeah. Sure.
It's fear.
Done.
But
Yeah.
that's how people react out of fear. If you're scared of like a bug, you're and stomp it.
Mm-hmm.
And people are the same way with like people too. You know?
Yeah. I don't want to
But
get
it's coming
bit.
from a weak place.
People don't bite me though. People like I'm not afraid of.
Well, people, you at least can understand them a little more. You understand their intentions. Like if you're like in the water and there's a shark, or I'll give you a better example. If there's like a squirrel that's like walking right next to you. Now, you can't really discuss with that squirrel and be like, "What's up, man? You good?" Like, you know what I mean? That squirrel could run up and try and like get at your eyes or something, right? But you don't just go stomping squirrels when you see them, right?
Well, just because they're very agile creatures.
So if you could, you would.
Yeah, I could see that happening. I could see that. Like a squirrel is just like a squirrel is
Because
like a
for-
rat that has good
because-
PR.
because
like it's
for-
like it's
Because
just
for
a rat.
sport, you're gonna squash it for sport or for fear.
I kicked a rat once. I kicked a rat bad. Like I punted this sucker. I was good and hammered in New York, and I like fell asleep on a bench. And I felt something like crawling on me, and whoa, and it was a rat, and it was crazy.
Well, it engaged first, so that's fair.
Well, like I flicked it. It was like up on my shoulder. I flicked it off. I was in George Washington Park, man. I flicked it off.
It was under the George Washington Bridge, man.
And in one motion, I flicked. You would have liked this shit. It was a combo. I flicked. This thing hit the ground, and I punted. And that fucking thing went flying. Now, here's the other thing. That sucker was massive, dude. Like everybody has a hacky joke about New York rats. This motherfucker was like kicking a bowling ball, left a mark on my foot. That fucking thing would have taken a whole chunk out of my neck, man. Like,
how far did you kick that fucking rat, you think? Be honest.
That bitch had to go at least 10 yards. That bitch went flying.
All right, so that's not NFL numbers, but that's,
no,
that's
but you know, and honestly, the only reason it didn't go further because I didn't get trajectory on it. Like,
you're like
yeah, I didn't get to the bottom of it. I got to the middle of it. It was one of those like hard ground balls that skips to the outfield fence, man. Oof, and the rats have only gotten worse. The rats have only gotten worse. Speaking of passport bros, we got another example of what the men here at home have to deal with. Christian, will you pull it up? Have you seen this one, Mick?
I don't know yet. Christian hasn't pulled it up.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one.
Huh?
Which one?
The one I just texted you.
Over Insta?
Yeah, like literally,
okay,
all you got to do is just type in what I told you to type in. Natalie, we're going to need you to help these guys out here a little bit.
Yeah, we need a little assistance.
Are you familiar with the...
It's nice to have some more female energy on the podcast, you know?
No.
That's all I have
You
over
don't think
Insta.
so? You want Omri back?
No, hell no. We definitely need female energy. Don't you think, Natalie?
If you called me for female energy, you're asking the wrong person.
Hey! This is the right amount of female energy.
That's the perfect
amount.
That's the perfect amount. That's like my sister Jamie. Like she's like kind of my little brother, but she happens to be female. You know?
Jamie G's doing good shit. You couldn't type this in?
Jamie G's coming up on 9 years sober.
Hey.
I don't like her voice.
That motherfucker back there is not real.
What the fuck is she talking about?
Pull it up. Just Google.
I am intrigued now.
Google that motherfucker is not real, girl. And play it.
Is not real.
Oh, this is hilarious, and it's also a conspiracy because nobody can find this girl. We don't know if this is like an AI bit.
Oh, she might be not real?
The girl who says he's not real. So apparently, for people that have not seen this woman was on a flight, and she started freaking out. And the flight was about to take off, and she starts running down the aisles, and everybody's like, whoa, what are you doing? Here you go, watch. Well, this is after she's already made a huge scene. This is the end of it. Pause that real quick. So she goes nuts because she thinks there's like a demon on the plane, like a legit lizard guy. And she says, you can believe me or not, but that motherfucker is not real. And she throws this whole thing. Now, here's the thing, though. As weird as it is, go ahead, play it.
But I am telling you right now, that back there is not real.
Yeah. American Airlines, of course. American Airlines is the dollar bus of the sky. I got to tell you, though. One, absolutely would.
Imagine being that passenger and be like, I'm real. I am real. I swear.
I'll prove it to you, man. But the 10 out of 10 would. Absolutely.
What?
10 out of 10.
You'd hit it?
100%.
I don't know. I don't think
man.
so. I don't think she really
She was already hot to begin with, but then she mixed in the crazy. But let's pull it back up. Let's pull it back up.
Pull it back up. I'll give an honest answer. I don't know though.
Let's pull it.
Eh? She's very eh. I mean, come on. She's not a
Are you kidding me? Look at that right there.
What? You like her shoulder? Like what?
Big fan of what's under the shoulders. That's on a plane, man. She's not like look, she just got her hair pulled back. I love that blue jean thing she's got going on there. She's got that little I'm not too good to drink a beer pouch going on there. I like it.
I get why you hate girls.
Yeah. I like everything about. I'm doing nothing but giving compliments. I love this. What's going on?
You welcome trash into your life.
I'll tell you.
You got low standards, my friend.
Between that girl and the other girl, it does give you a little insight into why our white ancestors set off to conquer the world. Everybody thinks it was out of greed. It was really
They just need to get out of the house.
Just get the fuck away from the women. They were like, these crazy guys brave the seas for gold and glory. It was like, I gotta get anywhere but here.
Yeah.
I gotta get out of here.
I gotta go raid for 3 months.
Yeah, sorry, I gotta go away. I'll come back with some good shit though.
Fights for a while.
And you know the first time the guy definitely just went away. The first Vikings like went away just to like get away. And then when they finally came back, the girls were like, "Oh, cool. So you were gone for 6 months and you didn't get me anything? You got me nothing?" And then,
so funny.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna go back out for a few months.
I'll be right back. They show up to the monks, and they're sitting there going, "Guys, I hate to do this to you, but you have no idea what I'm dealing with back fucking home, bud. I'm gonna need that gold.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and need it. You got to give it to me or I'm going to take it because you have no idea. There's nothing you can do to me."
Yes, that's going to be worse than what's happened to me back home.
She
I'm
hasn't had
fucking confused. This is brutal.
This is Esmeralda has not had Wingstop in 10 fucking hours. So just give me the gold, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's they can get mad at white men all they want, but in retrospect,
you know what? That just reminded me of something. You're talking about our warrior ancestors, right? So someone the other day, and I think even you did this once, and it bothered me a little bit. So the statement when someone says, like, "Oh, he different," right?
I have never said that out loud ever.
You said that about Albert Pujols when we were at Gas Digital Studios, and you're talking about him taking batting practice from very close up, and you're like, "He's just different. He's just different." I was like, "No, he just practiced that shit more." You remember?
Yes, but I didn't say, "Oh, he different." I wanted to be very clear about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You said he's different.
He's
perhaps.
built different.
But like a lot of people, well, whatever.
Oh, he different.
Oh, he different.
Oh, he different.
So my issue, like, and I get what they're saying, but my issue with the statement is either it's the most obvious statement ever, like, yes, everybody's fucking different.
Yep.
Or it's incorrect. And no, we're all just fucking men.
I disagree with you.
Why?
Because people have different. So the one thing I do agree with was your first part, where there are people that are just built differently, right? Like you're clearly built differently than Christian's built. Like there's things that there's no amount of training he can do. Well, with all due respect, there's no amount of training that he can do that can get to certain things that you can do, and vice versa. There's just different things. Like
Maybe
you could, for all of your greatness, you can never grow a beard as good as me. Just can't happen. You know why?
because you
built different.
No,
Yeah.
well, look. It's either, this is the way I look at it. Is so yes, it's an obvious statement because every single one of us is different, which is what makes us equal. And the fact that when you say, "Oh, he's different," the reason why I say it's not true is no, because we're all just men. And if one man could do something, then any man could do something.
Oh, I disagree with that.
Nah, that's facts. And you can, some people could be on different wavelengths. You can draw like inspiration from other people. You know, you can level each other up. I've seen
that I agree
people
with.
do things like this.
I think you can improve and aspire, but
And it doesn't, just because of one man does something doesn't mean that any man could do it identically. But whatever they did, they could do. It doesn't have to be identical yet because we're all different.
someone can do maybe. Not everybody can do. Not everybody's
If
going
one
to
man
take
can
off
do
from
it,
the...
if one man can do it, another man could do it.
Another man, perhaps, but not every man.
But another man could do what another man could do.
Michael Jordan can dunk from the foul line. There is nothing Ben Castro can do for the rest of his life that would get him
We've
anywhere
said that.
near
We've said
dunking.
that. At this point, yes, you're right.
That's all.
You're right.
So, like,
at this point, yes, you're right. But that's
on a professional level, at the elite of the elite, at the highest of the high, watching Pujols do that didn't distract me. It inspired me. It was, and in that regard, it was like, if he can do it, I can do it. But that's a very small percentage of people at that. Like, I don't think it's an everybody thing. I do think people are, but like, there's nothing I can do to play the guitar like
whatever,
Jimi Hendrix.
whatever the fuck. you're jumping on a little piece, and I'm not gonna agree. I can agree. I get what you're saying, but it's yeah. It's
So
well,
if-
what's the great point to what you're saying?
that the beauty is finding what you are great at. I think everybody is great at
Right.
something.
So if whatever your field is, where you are good at something or great at something, and you see someone else accomplish something, you can draw inspiration from that and get and grow from that.
That I agree.
And achieve more than you thought you could. Then same thing with that 4-minute mile. No, everyone thought it was impossible. The human would die if they tried to run a mile in 4 minutes. 5 minutes is as fast as it goes. One guy breaks in 4 minutes, and then 25 people break it that next year. 30 people, hundreds of people, millions of people have done it by now.
Sure.
Millions is hyperbole, but whatever the fuck. The point is, if one man can do something, another man can do it. And the fact that inspiration can be drawn, first of all, it obligates anyone who's doing something to try their best and work hard, right? If I'm doing something that could inspire Christian or could inspire some other like upcoming MMA fighter, I would be dishonoring him. I'd be dishonoring my family, my friends, everyone who believes in me, not giving my all in what I do, right?
Sure.
And in this and in the same way that any, like I believe, if one man can do something, any man can do something. You also have to respect every other man for not only their potential, but you can't just we don't know what they're capable of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's a noble worldview. I don't think everybody can do what everybody else does. I think there's some people. Now, what's weird is in the future.
I think if they get the right mindset, and there's wavelengths. You know that's why I say like if you're around 5 shitty people, you're going to be the 6th shitty person. You're around 5 great people, you're going to be the 6th great person. 5 millionaires, you're going to be the 6th. You can get on those same wavelengths. People right now, as you see them, yes, they might seem like that, but if they got their shit together, got with a good group of people, got inspired, got on the right wavelength, did the right things, practiced the right discipline, they could do fucking anything.
Yeah, so
it's 100% true. There's not just born winners and losers. Humans are the most adaptable species on the planet. That's why we're the top of the fucking food chain.
Agreed.
We're not as strong as most of these animals.
Nowhere near. The nature versus nurture debate's been going on for a really long time. I do think nature has something to do with it. The proper genetics have something to do with it. I don't think that there's any doubt that there's certain people that are born with
People have dispositions of advantageous dispositions for sure.
Sure.
My dad's tall. I'm tall. You know what I mean?
Well, it's even just processing, smart, the ability to. There's a lot of tall.
Thank you.
There's a lot of big, tall, fast people that can't play sports, right? Like one of the things, even playing chess with you, your ability to adapt very quickly, to understand patterns, recognize patterns, and adapt. That's an innate thing. That's not something a lot of people have.
But I also think I've been fortunate to be around David Adib since I was a kid.
Sure.
If I wasn't around him, I don't know what the fuck I'd be doing.
Yeah, we're not disagreeing. I'm disagreeing on the degree to which you're saying it. I think the proper coach can amplify. The proper coach can amplify make your good great. But he can't make you something you're not.
But I'm saying, no, David was a teacher who helped me, I wouldn't say a coach, I'd say he was a teacher who taught me, but the point is I was around a good person who helped make me better.
Yes.
And in whatever degree you want to pick at, everybody can achieve more than they think they're capable of if they are around good people and raise up their wavelengths and everyone raises up together. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. A great mentor and a great environment can help you maximize your capabilities.
We also argued about this back in at Gas because I think it's irresponsible for you to put out the message that yes, but within these limits. Fuck, don't tell anyone that. Don't keep you shouldn't believe that either. And if you believe that, you're capping yourself. You're limiting yourself.
No, but I think I'm better than everybody else. So it's for them. It's for the normies.
So what you're doing is you're trying to keep everyone else down?
Yeah,
you're over here like, no.
For the normies, like Mick, come on, buddy. they
Bruh.
can't all be like us, right? I mean, come on. It's, you know.
I
on.
can do whatever the fuck, man.
I do think there's something. Now you're gonna get me on a conspiracy tangent. Thank you. There is something to this idea of people thinking they're better than other people, and I think it came from our kind of.
Excuse me 1 second. Hey, Scotty, I'm doing the podcast, bro. You mind you're on it right now. Hey, you hear me?
What's going on here?
No, well, Scotty's calling because I'm doing a seminar at 5150 Martial Arts, and he's calling to talk about it. But that's going to be August 19th. But, you know, I can't take the call right now because I'm on the podcast.
Scott, thanks for being such a big fan that you called during our live, Scott. Appreciate you watching the show, Scott.
My pleasure, my man.
Yeah.
All right, Scott, I'll call you after the podcast, but I'll be seeing you August 19th, if not before, right?
Absolutely. Looking forward to it, brother.
Yeah.
That'll be at 5150 Martial Arts.
That's right.
In Rockland, New York?
Just like Scott looks forward to our live show.
Yeah, tune in, Scott. Come
every
hear yourself online.
Monday at 2.
Later, brother. All right, sorry to interrupt your.
Yeah. So our idea of like what we know as college really stems from people trying to get out of the Vietnam War. Like unless you were going to be a doctor, unless you were going to be a lawyer, nobody really took higher academia seriously unless they were like a very, very, very serious academic in the 19th and early 20th century. Then the Vietnam War comes, and the only way military-aged men could get out of it was to either be injured, to go to jail, or to go to college. So everybody was like, well, I got to go to college. Then they realized what a moneymaker this was, what a scam it was, and they started harvesting all these kids into colleges for debt. But something else happened from that. Because there was such a price incentive, because there was such a profit incentive, these schools started dropping their admission standards. And then there was legacies, people whose parents went that these kids sucked, they were idiots, but the parents would pay off the schools to get their kid to Harvard. Right. Then there was diversity standards and all these other things. So over time, the standards for these schools got lower and lower and lower. But the prestige of these schools never waned. So there's this whole idea that I went to an Ivy League school, I know better. That's pervasive in our society today. This is where the NGOs, the WEF, all this shit comes from. Our entire government is filled with Ivy League graduates who are convinced they're intellectually superior because they got into Yale. But bitches aren't smart at all. It's all a scam. And this thing is,
bitches aren't smart at all.
Bitches aren't smart at all.
Like the bitches who got into Yale on the legacy type shit?
Very mediocre intellects who are completely convinced of their superiority.
They're in because of legacy, because of their parents were.
Legacy or lowered
But
standards.
they're probably like,
for
yes,
any
my
others.
father, he different. He was smart and he gave me different genes to make me smart.
They're saying the quiet parts out loud now. Our friend Shelby sent me the president of Columbia. Not the country, the school in New York. The president of Columbia at the graduation this year is telling these students who are graduating from one of the most prestigious universities in the world, it's time for us to rethink the First Amendment because it's an attack on us. We're smart. An attack on science, an attack on the elites is really an attack on us. They're trying to quiet us down because they think they deserve an equal voice. Like the peasants deserve an equal voice of these Ivy Leaguers. Yeah, the fuck we do. Absolutely we do. What makes these people think that they are better is people telling them that they are better. There is a really distinct kind of like classism with the educated elite that's kind of driving this divide we see in society. It's a third rail. Nobody wants to talk about it because now you got to get into race and gender and all these other things. So nobody wants to talk about it. But all these Ivy Leaguers, we used to think like Oppenheimer, we got the best minds from Harvard on this project. And it used to mean something.
Right.
Now, what the fuck does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. But we act like it means something. And that's why they turn around and say, well, 2 + 2 can equal 5, and there's 39 genders. You're just not smart enough to get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then how come there's only 2 kinds of gender reassignment surgery?
Yeah.
If there's 39 genders, how can I only get surgery for 2 of them?
Yeah, wait, what are the 39?
Let's pull them up. Let's pull them up.
I
I don't know.
don't know
That's a
about
great.
this.
That's a great question. There might be more
39
now.
genders, huh?
Yeah.
Can you name 3? Because I can think of 2.
There's definitely 3.
What's the third?
Like legitimately transgender. That's that gender dysmorphia.
What's the
There's
4th?
new producer. Natalie.
And maybe Natalie versus Christian race.
Yeah, Natalie. Whoever gets it first. Let's see how many of these 39 gender. What do we got here?
I was gonna say, I think that the ones that
A-binary.
were on Tumblr back in the day.
Tumblr.
Hey, wait. Scroll back. All
right.
I'm gonna start reading these. A-binary.
Wait.
A-gender.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Let's just stop there. A-binary? Binary is a word that means 2. A-binary means not 2. Isn't that non-binary? Aren't those? A lot of these are like, I feel like different words for the same thing.
Like anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite word. Anti-disestablishmentarian. Anti-dis. Those just roll out.
Boom.
Right?
Yep.
Anti and dis. Nope.
Yep.
Establishment.
Yep.
What does Tarianism mean? Something about Earth or like
Tarian, like a libertarian, like it's like you are an establishment.
I think it's saying you're not into disestablishment.
So I'm anti. I'm anti not establishment.
Yeah, I am establishment.
Yeah, why would you just call yourself an establishmentarian?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, or like
Well, I think it's because they specifically don't like the disestablishmentarianism.
yeah, they're so establishment that they're anti-establishment.
Yeah.
And like you're saying of establishment.
All right, so we had a binary, which you think they didn't even let that one be hyphenated, so you can't pick them apart.
Yeah,
right now.
Wikipedia doesn't even know what it means.
Wikipedia is fucked. All right, then we got agender,
Ambigender.
androgyne.
Androgyne.
I feel like I've
So
heard
what
of
is
that
an
one before.
androgyne and androgynous? How are those two different things?
They're the same. One's a noun and one's an adjective.
Oh, so they're cheating. They're just cheating to add extra.
To make 39.
I mean, how many colors do they need in this flag that they're cheating here? What's going on?
Can you sing with all the colors
Of the wind. Can you sing with all the colors?
I love that song. It's a beautiful
Yeah,
song.
Disney.
Pocahontas.
Say what you want about Disney, but they had banger.
Pocahontas has
after
some
banger
fucking bangers.
after banger.
What's another Disney banger you like?
So many. Are you kidding me? Hakuna Matata? What?
Yeah, it's a wonderful phrase.
Means no worries.
For the rest of your days.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fucking I do.
Not much for the minor attracted persons in the getting into the flag. That one, not much for that.
Oh nah, man.
Yeah, that
and you
one-
know what? You know what else, dude? I've done some thinking on that, and like, cause I try and be very fair, right? In my thinking,
Very open. You're very open.
And yeah, and I try and think about why that one like bothers me so much, and like, I guess I try and put yourself into their shoes and be like, they have this attraction to younger people. But I give you all respect and maybe even more respect. You have to have fucking discipline. You can't do it.
Can't do
You
it.
can't do it.
Can't do it.
Because you're gonna fuck that kid up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I guess we agree. There's this number like 18. Then they become legal, and it doesn't matter if someone's fucking 35. They can date an 18-year-old, right?
Yeah.
Even though it's it's kind of weird. You can't.
Unless you're super rich or super poor, then it's kind of like fine. It's only
Again?
weird. It's only weird for middle class people.
Okay.
Super wealthy people, they date people half their age all the
Right,
time.
but
Super poor
once they
people do the same
hit
thing.
that number, we say like it's okay, but I also feel like maybe it should be more like 20. Or
Yeah, it's
something like that.
arbitrary.
Like I think if you ask me,
Yeah.
maybe give them 2 more years to like let them maybe
Sure.
maybe fall in love with their high school sweetheart or
Sure.
whatever. Give them an extra couple years, whatever.
Maybe 16
But
for
the
Dominicans
thing
because
is
they're gross by 22.
If you go and
What?
you fucking
Or then-
corrupt.
I'm talking about the guys.
Hey, shut up. If you go, listen to me. If you go and one of like these minorly attractive people goes and corrupts and fucking like fucks with this
Yeah.
person's life, they're not gonna have a chance to really have like when they're the rest of their life to really, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And also I do at the same time I feel bad for the people who are the minorly attracted because they were probably preyed on themselves.
Well, that's the
In a lot of cases, they were fucking molested, and
100%.
for whatever reason, it plants that gene in them that then it stunts whoever they're attracted to at that point, right?
You were gonna say plants that seed in them, and it was gonna get gross. But yeah.
Did I not say that?
Gene.
Plants said Gene. Oh, yeah.
But I'm trying to make levity of a very tough situation. But
I know, but I know you were.
I couldn't agree with you more. And there's actually this theory called the self-licking ice cream cone. I talked about it with Dan Holloway about. These guys are saying they can't have kids, right?
Like, can't have kids.
Well, from a biological perspective, if we're talking about minor attracted persons and we're talking men specifically, they're almost always homosexually, right? Like there's pedophilia for women, but it's overwhelmingly male.
Whoa. I don't agree. I mean, we look at all these guys with Scrappy
Sure.
are all going after chicks.
But the numbers are like heavily skewed towards homosexuality, like massively skewed. There's guys that are attracted to minor women for sure, but it's skewed towards homosexuality, big time. There's two things that, again, because it's a really hard discussion, nobody wants to bring it up. One is, like you said before, this idea that people are born that way. I agree that they're born that way, but there's an overwhelming majority of adult male heterosexuals had inappropriate male sexual contact at a young age. It's not even a controversial statement. It's fact. So
you said, what was the fact? You said heterosexual males?
Homosexual males. If I said heterosexual, I misspoke.
I might have mislistened. But
anyway. Because it's a hard topic to talk about, right? You know. But if these guys, they're like, there's nothing wrong in their mind. They're like, there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with this. I love this life.
There is something wrong.
I love this life. I need to pass this along. I'm not going to have kids. I need to pass this along. This culture. I don't want you to be afraid of this culture. And
really, that's how they feel?
Some of them feel that way, and this is how they describe it.
They feel like they're like a mentor to the little
kind of
guy?
Yes, yeah, and that's definitely how it's been described by these people who are trying to advocate for this worldview, where they say like, you shouldn't be afraid of this. You know, They found me. I found them. They embraced this worldview. Like it becomes a very, very, very awkward conversation because you start feeling like, man, this is, dude, you're a victim here. But the other side of what you're saying is so spot on, because it's like, hey, man, it's not just you that has this burden to bear. Like, oh, I'm attracted to minors. What am I just supposed to not do it for my whole life? Yeah, like I'm attracted to. I'm attracted to Margot Robbie. If she was here doing a podcast, I couldn't just be like, I tried for an hour and a half.
And jump her. and the reason why
That's not how it works,
I started thinking about it was because we've come out against child predators, child molesters, minor attracted people, whatever the fuck kind name they want to call themselves.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I'm like, am I being a bully?
Fucking kid diddlers.
Am I being a bully, or am I being like am I being self-righteous because I don't have this affliction? It's easy for me to say, like, oh, fuck that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Am I coming from a place where, I'm because I'm not afflicted with that? But at the same time, I check myself on that, and I think they have to have the discipline, or I agree, fuck you. That you get what you get. And I think what they get isn't severe enough, because those kids don't get a chance of a normal life.
Yep.
It fucks those kids up.
Yep.
And I mean, it might be something where I had that like protecting thing, and it's children. It makes, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking about that. Is that more, am I being self-righteous again? But it's fucking children.
But is being self-righteous such a bad thing, man? Because look, the only thing.
I just want to make sure I just
listen, brother. No, I appreciate what you're saying. But I also think that, look, the only thing that keeps evil at bay is good people willing to do evil things to evil people.
Yeah.
Like I think
sure.
the only thing that keeps the wolves outside the gates, are the people that are willing to do what they need to do to the wolves.
Bash them with a rock.
Yeah, and I don't really have the same level of empathy that you do, frankly. I'm impressed by your level of empathy for it. Whether you're born that way or not, listen, if you're born a serial killer, you don't get to fucking kill people. Yeah. If you're born.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, listen. I don't know what to tell you, man.
I have to practice this discipline all the time. I'm fucking undefeated.
Yeah,
never
you almost got
Yeah.
Ben. You almost got him.
Yeah.
This stuff is You know, and I think that the more the world becomes so open and everybody is like aware of everything at all times, you know, like the human trafficking that's happening. Now, what's crazy?
Yo, did you hear about that movie?
Sound of Freedom.
Yeah. It's a Jim Caviezel.
That's right. Love Jim Caviezel.
I remember him in he played Jesus.
That's right. I love The Count of Monte Cristo, one of my favorite movies of all time. Love that movie.
I heard about that. My Uncle Freddie loves that movie.
Love that movie.
Freddie. Uncle Freddie.
Good taste.
We'll get Uncle Freddie on here one day. But
you know what else has good taste? This
What?
First Form Orange Sunrise is unbelievable.
Yeah.
This is like one of the best things I've ever tasted.
I haven't tried the Orange Sunrise
Oh,
yet.
it's
I
so
tried
good.
one of the other ones.
Yeah. But anyway, Uncle Fred.
Uncle Fred liked that movie. I was talking about Jim Caviezel.
Yep.
Or is that how you say his name? Jim Caviezel? Mm-hmm. So he is behind this movie that is I think we should show, or you're going away. I was gonna say we should try and see that shit before you go. But I think it'd be a good thing to talk about. It's all about human trafficking and all
Check
these
it out
fucking
tonight.
crazy things are going on. Man.
You're gonna go sleep anyway.
You know your boy's not staying. It's in the theaters and shit.
Yeah.
First of all, I gotta find a theater with recliners.
You're gonna find.
'Cause I'm not sitting. I don't sit on my own goddamn podcast. I'm not gonna fucking sit in a fucking theater. I need a recliner.
Does anybody have a standing room only theater?
I'm not standing, but I want to lay. I want to make sure it's like a nice quality one. But yeah, this is the movie Sound of Freedom. Dana White's actually like giving away free tickets to anyone who like wants them like in his company. But
What's weird about this?
I'll pay for mine.
What's weird about this movie is the amount of PR traditional media did
people are
to
not
try
giving
to
it.
to try to discredit the movie.
Yeah, that's one of the things that makes me want to see it the most. They're trying to get rid of it. It took like 5 years to make.
They're still messing with it now.
So I gotta say, I haven't seen it yet.
There's like sound issues in the theaters and stuff.
Any of you guys seen it? You haven't seen it? Heard of it though?
Christian, pull up just Google Sound of Freedom QAnon and look at how many articles mention that together.
Now, wasn't our boy Tommy?
Washington Post. Yeah, now Tommy's saying
Tommy was shitting on it.
Yeah.
Because he was saying someone who made it.
Carlos Slim.
Who's he?
It depends on who you believe. Carlos Slim is one of the richest people in the world. He's the richest man in Mexico. Owns
Last name Slim.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and his son, I guess,
Like
was
Iceberg Slim.
Iceberg Slim. I guess his son was the head financier of this thing. What's wild?
His son.
Yeah.
So is his son a piece of shit? Is he a piece of shit? Like, what's the deal?
I haven't done enough research on it to go deep into what Tommy's claiming, so I don't want to like speculate.
You knew Carlos Slim? You knew who that was?
Yeah, Carlos Slim owns the New York Times. So like Carlos Slim is like a George Soros type globalist, hyper leftist thing. So like it's got a lot of people, read, kind of like look at this real quick though. Look at Washington Post. Analysis, QAnon, Sound of Freedom, Rolling Stone. Sound of Freedom is a superhero movie for dads with brain worms. Why QAnon, Yahoo, Sound of Freedom, QAnon. It's a full-on attack from this left-wing media, man. That's like Sound of Freedom, QAnon. Like people can't make their own decisions on this stuff. Now this is where it gets crazy. What does the media have to gain from discrediting a movie about child trafficking? There's two things that come out of Hollywood all the time, okay? And it's child trafficking isn't happening. It's a QAnon right-wing crazy conspiracy theory. And also don't watch anything about it because it's not happening. We
know this shit's happening.
Well, there's so many people who don't believe it. There's so many people.
Why? It sounds like they have an agenda. Sounds like they're a part of it.
Well, that's a great question. I think that there's two answers that I can hypothesize, and then you tell me what you think. All right. The first is I think that there are people involved in this that are within the highest levels of our power. And
talking about like the Jeffrey Epsteins and all that type of shit?
Correct. But it's not the Jeffrey Epsteins. It's Jeffrey Epstein's one guy. And there's you want to get into crazy conspiracy theories. There's a lot of conspiracy theories that think Jeffrey Epstein was just a giant honeypot, just a giant trap.
I saw someone put up a video. It's just some other guy, some other Jewish guy, I'm sure. But they were like, Jeffrey Epstein's alive in Lebanon right now. You saw that video?
I did, yeah.
I was like, I can't tell you for sure that's him. Can't tell you it's not either.
I can tell you for almost certain the man didn't kill himself. Nobody accumulates that much blackmail over
we all
that
know
period of
the guy
time.
who killed him.
Who?
You didn't see that? I don't remember his name, but everyone showed him. There's pictures of him all tatted up with his dogs and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Aaron
he was like an
Hernandez?
ex-cop,
He's like an ex-cop. No, it wasn't Aaron Hernandez.
super jacked,
Really?
like, tatted up. Yeah, it was
they,
his
like,
cellmate.
It was like his cellmate or something.
Really?
Yeah. But anyway, so you said you had two things.
Mhm.
So enjoy
The
your
two thi-
first form.
this
meat
thing is
stick.
so good.
It's
This-
really
This
good.
is unbelievable how good it is.
I like that one because it's all beef. The other ones have like beef and pork in it, and I don't really dig on swine. But I like the all beef.
Yeah, Mickey Gall, the Honorable Minister Mickey Gall.
I don't really dig on swine. Pig's kind of a disgusting animal.
So
It doesn't sweat, so it all kind of stays in there.
Mm.
You know, I mean, I don't really know if like
To me, that sounds like marinating.
what other
It's still
animals
delicious.
sweat, but yeah, no, you want to get them toxins out,
Yeah.
and they eat their own shit.
Check this out. This was his cellmate.
Yeah, that guy.
He's got puppies.
Yeah,
Man, that guy's running some tests, huh?
something, bro. Shit, he's on all this shit.
That guy's
huh?
eating trenbolone sandwiches for lunch.
Trenbolone sandwiches. Yeah, right.
So we got I think the modern kind of left, right? The modern Democrat or whatever, it's really a leader and a follower, and there's not a lot of room for discussion or disagreement or disobedience in the middle of it. The elites tell these people what's what, and then they give their marching orders, and then the people kind of at the bottom of the cast go, okay, that's it. We trust you. They're the bad guys. The elites at the top go, orange man bad. And then everybody else starts going, orange man bad, orange man bad. There's no discussion, no disobedience. Any questions in the middle of that, they turn on you like crazy.
Right.
We don't tolerate questions. We don't tolerate disobedience. It's blind faith to the religion, and move on. So whether it was Pizzagate, whether it's the QAnon stuff, a lot of crazy stuff. Easy to get people to be dismissive of it. Easy to get people to go, this is insane. This is nuts. There's no way that there's child trafficking happening out of a pizza parlor in D.C. and but then there's pictures of, the blood boiling and the blood and the children's blood stuff and the effigies and the blood spells that are happening in L.A. with all these like crazy rich people kind of stuff Scoop was talking about. This is not really conspiracy anymore. This is happening.
No, we got examples of Wayfair, the Pizzagate, all these examples.
And let's say that you disagree with all of them.
Sure.
Right? Let's say none of that's happening. Adrenochrome is a thing. You can't deny adrenochrome exists. They were talking about adrenochrome 20 years ago in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Hunter S. Thompson talked about it in the book that Fear and Loathing is based off of.
Liam Neeson
Fear and
taken.
Loathing.
That was some human
Yeah,
trafficking.
dude. Yeah,
People
and
be doing that stuff. That's
bro,
just real.
The sickest part about it, Mick, is that the women that are trafficked.
Good reference by me, right? A movie.
But the women that are trafficked into sex slavery, the sickest part about it, they're the lucky ones.
Oh, why? Because they're not getting their heads cracked open?
They're not getting
But
their.
they're getting raped
They're not
every
getting
day.
their glands harvested. They're not getting their. Dude, they harvest eyeballs from these kids.
When you say harvest, they don't, they just take the eyeballs?
There is an
Legitimate question.
There's an underground transplant black market for ultra wealthy around the world, and they are using trafficked children, teenagers, like a chop shop for a car.
Chop shop, body shop, yeah.
And that's
So
anything that can
they
be.
kill them, or do they they take their eyeballs and let them just set them out there? All right, go ahead.
They're not done with them yet.
Oh, so they use as much of their body as they can. They gotta keep them alive, and yeah, that's like Nazi shit.
It's exactly.
Yeah.
It's happening in so it's not like
Nazis would do some crazy ass experiments like that. Do you hear about that? These Nazi doctors, they'd take a kid in half and then take another kid and then sew them together and see if they could get them to work.
Yep.
As one organism, and that's just one of the many.
stayed alive that kid stayed those poor bastards stayed alive for 12 hours.
Pain
like that.
for a long time. Yeah.
Now, do you want to really feel sick? Those doctors, what do you think happened to them?
The Nazi ones?
Yeah.
Some of them.
Ben, what do you think happened to those Nazi
Some
doctors?
of them were killed. Some of them got Nuremberg trialed.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them escaped to South America.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them became scientists for us.
A lot of them became scientists for us.
Yeah.
A lot of them were said to be killed in Nuremberg, and were just given a whole new identity. Came here to our shores, Operation Paperclip.
Yeah. But before, you were gonna give me two things and ask my thoughts on the thing. You started going to Chrome and the chop shop.
Yeah. So the two things are happening at the same time. I think the elites are lying to their people. They're lying because they're involved in it. And I think their people, I think it's too grotesque. It's too much for them to ever question it. There's no way that our guys would be doing this. These are the good guys. I've gone all in. Everybody else is a fascist. Everybody else is a Nazi. We're the good guys. We're the good guys. There's no way the good guys could possibly be doing this. And I think that their brain just won't allow it. It's almost like a traumatic response. Like their brain won't allow the information in. They have to be lying.
They don't want to
Nobody would do this.
They don't want to accept that they were wrong and they put stock into these frauds.
That's right. And I think that those two things are happening at once. I think they're being lied to by kind of the puppet masters. And then I think that they can't question it because, my God, what if I'm wrong? Yeah. And I've been supporting, the harvesting of children.
Yeah, then you own up like a fucking adult and say I was wrong. Why? Since when can't people admit they're fucking wrong? People are
around
wrong.
2012, 2013.
We've all been wrong before.
Yeah.
We've all been wrong before. We can admit you're fucking wrong and change.
Since the internet caused people to wear
stupid,
their activism and their politics as their personality.
That's just crazy to me. That's so crazy.
Even if I'm wrong, I'm not going to say I'm wrong because then that proves the other side right. Then it's like, oh, then Donald Trump wasn't that bad. Then oh my God, if I'm wrong about this, what else am I wrong about? No, get the 11th shot. This one will work. They can't. They've invested too much of their personality into it. And I can tell you what else too. Somebody I love dearly, who is having this moment of realization where she's like, man, I don't think my side's the good guys. And she's been all in on it her whole life. And now she kind of wants to get out of it, and she's just questioning. And her friend group, her best friends, are turning on her. They're not going.
Fuck them. They're not real friends.
I think the type of people that are attracted to
fair
that,
weather friends.
I think the type of people that are attracted to that worldview, they need that external validation. They need that friend group. They're not the type to stand up in a room and be like, hey, if you don't like it, I got two of these for you right here. They're not that. They're not those people.
Yeah, you can find new friends. You can find better friends.
I agree. And I hope that they do. I hope anybody listening to this that's like, man, I'm the only person in Brooklyn that I feel like makes sense. Everybody else around me is an asshole. Get up and go somewhere else, man. There's no way to live your life. That's just no way to live your life for collective acceptance. Like this idea, like I can't say what I believe in for fear that my social circle is going to judge me into silence. Then find a new circle, man.
Yeah.
Immediately.
No, you're not in a good circle.
Find anywhere else.
Circle if that's your deal.
Now, the danger with that, Mick, becomes extremists on the other side seeing that person cast out and being like, come on over here. The water's warm on our extreme. They told you Nazis were bad, right? And it turns out those guys are bad. Turns out us Nazis aren't so bad after all. And now you're dealing with extreme on the other side. You're like, right. What the fuck, man? And that's kind of my fear for the next couple of years. We talked about this a little bit with science and all this other stuff. Like our pharmaceutically addicted industrial medicine has lied to us so much that now everybody's like, no medicine works.
Right.
Like, don't trust any of it.
Right. There's a happy medium. Every answer to one extreme is in the other extreme.
But I'm fearing that
something in the middle where.
Are you seeing? In your life, are you seeing people migrating from an extreme to the center, or are they migrating from one extreme to the? Well, if this was wrong, then everything else must be right.
I think maybe I'm not seeing enough of the, like I said before, of people just admitting they were wrong about something. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I see people sticking to their guns.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I think it forces people to embrace alternative options and like alternative medicines and stuff like that. But in my personal, I don't see people being like, no, every medicine is bad. Like, yeah, you get strep throat, you're gonna want some antibiotics. You know what I mean?
I've seen a lot of people that are like, they'll put you on antibiotics, but all you need is this ginger water with some Manuka honey.
Yeah, fuck. I had strep throat before where I felt like I was dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I couldn't swallow a sip of water. I was like, like trying to drink. Like I needed those, and I don't like taking antibiotics because I like, you know, I know antibiotics are bad for you. It like hurts your cardio.
Yeah, you're very probiotic.
You feel it in the gym. Yeah, I'm probiotic, correct. Yeah, the probiotics are good for you. Antibiotics are not. You know, but they're good for you when you're fucked up, when you need, you know, you got some bad shit in you. So yeah, I think there needs to be more happy mediums, not all this extreme.
Yeah,
shit.
an attack to the center. If somebody's
And
agreeing
trust me,
with you,
I'm an extremist. My personality. If I think fucking something's good for you, I'll do things to the extreme. That's why like I don't. That's not, if like I like something, I don't like. That's why I don't fuck around with drugs. I don't do, like I say, no pills or powders or pokies. You know what I mean? I don't play around with that shit because I know my personality and I have a little bit of addictive personality, but I do things to the extreme. If 30 minutes of working out's good for you, I'm gonna do 2 hours. You know what I mean? If one vitamin is good for you, I'm gonna take 2. You know, so I have to check myself personally with that. But I think finding that little balance is also is important. You know what I mean? If I'm taking too much vitamins, I'm gonna strip like myself of you can give yourself other problems. Sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like there is such a thing as too much of a good thing. There is. So there is limits you have to find. Trust me, because like I said, I'm a total extremist. I'll either I'll want to either do nothing and just chill, or I'll want to do everything and brrr, you know what I mean?
Sure.
I mean, you know me well enough.
100%.
You know how I am.
Yeah, but you're also very open-minded though. You know, you may be like, once you find something you believe in it all the way. But it does take you are a discerning.
I'm discerning. Yeah.
You are. Yeah.
I'm not. I don't follow anything blindly.
Yeah. And that kind of that cult of personality. I don't know if it's social media that's amplified it, but we really are. You know, you see it with the Andrew Tate stuff, right? Like, it's either
I didn't get to listen to that thing. We'll talk about it tomorrow because I'll listen to it.
You're either
today.
all in with Andrew Tate, or you're all out. You're either a top G or a hater, and it's like,
and
bro.
From the beginning, I was like, this dude's he's hyperbolic.
Yeah.
He says like inflammatory things, but he's got a lot of fucking great points in there.
And the idea of the imperfect messenger is something that we've lost as well. Where somebody isn't perfect, and this is on purpose. I feel like the elites have done this. You know, if they can pull at one thread, one string, that this person's bad, and he may be bad, probably is bad.
Who?
Tate.
You think he's bad?
I don't think he's, you know, this idea that he's like this hyper noble guy. I mean, he ran webcams and he you know, exploited women. There's no doubt about it. He exploited vulnerable people. You know, now the argument is every capitalist does that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Sex is different. Getting people to exploit their bodies.
He's kind of like a pimp.
Yeah, but now he's running PR for himself. That I never did the pimping. It's like, okay, well now you're lying.
We got to get
now
Scoop
you're lying.
to work on that accent.
Yeah, I can't. But the imperfect messenger is normally the person telling the truth, right? Like Jose Canseco came out and said, everybody in baseball is on steroids. You guys are full of shit. They're like, Jose Canseco is always lying. He wants attention. Was he wrong? So Jose Canseco can be a piece of shit. Probably is. But it doesn't make what he said untrue.
He's not a very self-aware guy.
Sure. Like, but we have to kind of, as a society, get past this addiction to dismissing what people are saying based on who people are.
Right.
We see it with Eva. Right. I love Candace. I love Candace Horvath as a person. She's awesome and she's brilliant.
Formerly known as
Eva Lovia. But every time we post a clip, first 5, why would I listen to a porn star? Why a porn star's talking about sin? And it's like, who would know better?
Right.
Who would know better? It's the opposite. I never understood. From a kid, from the time I was a child, From the time I could barely even form a cogent thought, I'd see my parents say, "Go talk to the priest." I'm like, "What the fuck's the priest know about anything?" People go to the priest to talk about their marriage
their
issues. They've
marriage
never
to
been married.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
I want to talk to somebody divorced about how to save my marriage.
Yeah.
Right? Like I want people.
Yeah, they actually had to learn those hard
I
lessons.
want the life experience.
Yeah.
You know, I want the
100%.
guy. You know, look at football. Does Bill Belichick look like the type of guy you'd want playing middle linebacker for you? No. So he had to get so good at the mental aspect of the game to even be able to compete at the Division III level.
That's a really good point. I like to learn, like, yes, you could learn stuff from guys like John Jones and George St. Pierre, but I could learn more from guys who, like myself, I'm athletic, right? But I like to see the guys who aren't as athletic getting things done. Guys like Ben Askren, Damian Maya, Darren Elkins, guys who are fighting and winning at high levels, who don't look like typical athletes, but they have systems. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like in fighting, they have systems. Damian Maya has, if he can't get the takedown, he's gonna pull half guard, look for his underhook, has a little system. Ben Askren's gonna use his funky wrestling. You know?
Sure.
Darren Elkins, he's gonna make it dirty. He's Darren the Damage Elkins. He's gonna walk people down, take 5 shots to try and give one and pull at your cardio and try and drain you. You know what I mean? There's things you can learn more kind of from the imperfect, so to speak, from people who are lacking in certain areas, but then have to become extra proficient in other areas.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
You can learn a lot from watching John Jones and George St. Pierre. I don't know them personally. In baseball, I can tell you, you can learn a ton. We talked about Albert Pujols. I learned a ton from watching Albert Pujols hit. But trying to talk with Albert Pujols, I mean, literally, this is a 100% true story.
Language barrier.
Well, no, his English is great, and he was a great guy.
I'm kidding, but I get what you're saying.
So
it's
humble. Hal McRae was throwing batting practice, and Pujols was bullshitting around all the Dominican guys and everything like that, and McRae got pissed off. And he goes, "Hey, what are we doing? Are we working on something here, or otherwise I'm going to go inside?" And he got on Pujols a little bit, and everybody else was like, "Oh, did he just yell at Pujols?" Pujols got his machismo up a little bit, and he goes, "Yeah, you can throw the ball inside and hit it 500 feet to left. You throw the ball outside and hit it 500 feet to right. That's what the fuck I'm working on." It's like, okay. Because he can do that. Now, if you tried to coach anybody and say, "Hey, look, if the ball's on this side of the plate, you're going to try to hit it 500 feet that way." Right. That's not how this works.
That's the thing. That's what a lot of times they say, like, great fighters don't make great coaches. You know?
I can see that.
Because they, like, a great fighter, a great athlete, a lot of times has things like that they're naturally gifted with.
Yep.
They didn't have to work through certain things and figure things out. You know what I mean? And figure out those systems and different type of things like that.
I became a good coach because of a guy named Riley Westman. Great guy. Was a catcher with me in the minors. Great dude. Now he runs the farm system for San Diego Padres. Just a great guy. And he came out and did a seminar with us. I had him fly out. And he pulls me aside and he goes, "Gerard, man, you're one of the most knowledgeable hitting coaches I've ever seen, but you're not a good coach." I'm like, in my ego, I'm like, "Bro, what are you talking about?" Like, it's like, you expect kids to be able to do what you do. But I played with you. Even at the pro level, there weren't guys that could do what you do. He had the best piece of advice ever. And if you're listening to this and if you want to coach at any level, this is the advice he gave, and try to put it towards your sport or your life as a teacher. He goes, "Teach yourself to hit lefty. That'll teach you what these kids are going through. Teach yourself to hit lefty."
That makes sense. "And
you'll know exactly what these kids," and then here I am, a guy who knows everything that I need to do, trying to work it out from the other side and not being able to put the same swing together twice. You want to talk about having understanding, having empathy, it changed everything within 4 swings.
Yeah.
You know, so to that regard, there's not going to be people that, and I've seen you with guys too. You're an incredible jiu-jitsu coach. You're incredible in the ability to see what's going on. But it's tough when you're in the middle of it and you don't I just don't want to get choked. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're not thinking, you're not able to slow it down and process it and get into those systems, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and circling kind of all the way back to what we were talking about in the beginning, it's if you're kind of stuck in this moment of, I just don't know what the fuck, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who to trust. I don't know what to trust. I've lost all faith in the system. I've lost all faith in institutions. Believe it or not, although you may feel helpless, you're in the best place you've ever been in your life because your eyes are wide open. Your eyes are wide open to new possibilities and new solutions. Take in all the information. It may feel like the answer is to put your head in the sand and take in none because you can't trust any of it. It's the opposite. Take in all of it and then just apply what works to your life.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Hey, Nat.
Did I knock Natalie off the...
There she is. Hey, Nat, do we have anything in the chat?
It seems to be a little slow at the moment.
Oh, they're missing out.
Yeah, I'll do
Yeah,
a call
tap
back.
in if there's anything. But Nat, why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about you since you're going to be joining us every week from now on. Let's get you in on here a little bit.
I've been working at Gas for 2 years. Up until this point, I've been an engineer, so I was just the techie side, and now I get to have a little bit more of a creative input. So I'm excited to be with you guys. But yeah, if you're a fan of Gas, you might know me from mainly Real Ass Podcast, but a bunch of other shows too.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So what other are you just doing our show? Or what other shows are you going to be producing now?
Right now, I'm on you guys and on the Lev First Show, which is also on Mondays at 6:30.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
Well,
What improvements can we expect around here, Nat?
I don't know. It's early to say, but hopefully, what's the word? Copious improvements.
Copious.
Cornucopious.
A cornucopia of improvements. Hopefully, I'm taking this very seriously.
Let's admit your biases, Nat. Where's your worldview sit?
Definitely more left of you guys, as I've learned from
You
this
guys?
episode.
How dare she?
I don't know where you sit, but just from
I
this
stand.
episode.
Are you standing
I
right now? If
stand.
you're
I
not
don't-
standing, you're not passing the test.
Oh shit! I'm not. I'm standing now.
I heard her.
I do want to put this in though. We're all from New Jersey here, I think.
Oh, what's
Where
up?
in Jersey you from?
Nutley, Clifton, Montclair. That kind of area.
Ah, okay.
Big soccer area, big
Essex
soccer.
County.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So hopefully, at least we can all agree on that Jersey is the best. And
Oh no,
hopefully-
oh no.
Nah,
We
Gerard won't agree
we
with you
live
on
in
that.
Florida now for a reason.
I mean, Florida is just Jersey, but hot. I feel like it's just like
Hot
a lot
Jersey?
of-
They should change the name of Florida to Hot Jersey.
Yeah.
That would be a great name for Florida.
Hot Jersey,
Yeah,
USA?
Hot Jersey. Instead of
Yeah,
Yeah,
New-
I'd say equally shit on by the rest of the country unfairly.
Very much so.
Facts.
Very much so. You living in Brooklyn now, you commie?
Nah, still Jersey.
So
No.
what are you left of anything that like Gerard said? We're gonna try and get some people who are left in here and hear some more from them. I'm actually gonna make it a little project of mine
Well,
to have some
we've
people
been
in.
try-
But I'm curious. Yeah, no, I know.
In fairness, we've been trying.
We have
They
been
say
trying.
no. It's
Yeah.
not like we haven't asked.
Yeah, but is there anything in particular you
She's clearly pro child trafficking.
clearly?
Clearly.
Oh yeah, of course. First thing on my list. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you believe it's happening or no? Do you believe like the adrenochrome is being harvested?
I mean, that I don't have enough research on specifically, but it's something that I would have to look into.
That's a long no.
I honestly am not expert enough. I can only speak from my world experience, which is very like equality for like, you know, races and sexualities and stuff, because I am part of the fucking gays, team gay.
Hey, team
whatever.
gay.
Are you team gay all the way, or are you bi?
I'm team bi, but I do have a letter in the acronym, so I feel like that gives me points.
I feel like being bi would be sick. You could just be attracted to everybody.
Hey, big day for the podcast. Diversity on the podcast. Big day.
Welcome, Nat. Welcome.
We
welcome,
already
welcome.
had a full day with Christian. Now we've got a half
I'm
day
almost
with
like a little
Natalie.
envious. You know what I mean? That'd be sick. I only like chicks. I'm only like half the fucking population.
Yeah,
You know what
but
I mean,
you know,
she's open to the whole population.
you are trying to get into feet and armpits though, so you are getting. You know,
I wish.
I think feet and armpits
I
is
wish.
is kind of androgynous.
Well,
If you like a foot, you like a foot. I don't think you can like a guy's foot any less than a girl's foot, right?
Which that reminds me, you know, we did the whole the Quentin Tarantino Book the Foot.
Yes.
With Karen Arducci. So I watched From Dusk Till Dawn
Oh.
this weekend,
Oh.
and And then in this, there's this great
Pull it up.
great scene.
Pull it up.
I
Got
bet
it.
you can pull
I
it
got
up.
it.
You got it. So
Yeah, I'll find
where Salma Hayek's dancing in front of Quentin Tarantino, and she pours liquor down her thigh, down her shin, onto her foot, right into Tarantino's mouth. He's sucking on the toes.
You know what's so funny?
And it's just so great that Tarantino writes this shit for himself.
Casted himself in the role.
Put himself in that role.
It's like
Yeah.
I got the perfect guy for this role.
I got the perfect guy. I got the perfect idea. Yeah, pull that up, please,
Hold
Christian.
on, it's making me log in here.
Making you log in. All
So
right.
as one of them buys.
Yeah, do you have like a boyfriend and a girlfriend? You got one or the other right now? What's going on?
Oh man, that would be like
A
the
throuple?
the best scenario.
Mm.
No, I
That's
have
what
a
you want?
girlfriend, though.
Oh, you got
I
a
have
girlfriend.
though, and I don't think she would like that very much. We've
She
been
wouldn't want
together
you
for
dating a
long
guy?
time. I mean, she would want me to be exclusive. We've been together for a really long time.
Wow.
But you're not all the way into that. I don't want to get you in trouble here.
No, I'm not. I don't fuck around. But
Nice.
But if you had your druthers,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I see people all the time that I think are attractive.
Look, I
men
think-
and women,
I-
etc.
I think the way, people can kind of look at it is like, yeah, like, let's say vanilla ice cream is my favorite, right? Let's say Natalie's girlfriend is her vanilla ice cream, but like maybe she wants to try some fucking caramel ice cream sometimes. Maybe she wants a little cookie dough. She still wants her vanilla ice cream, but she might just want to get a little bite of that.
It just sounds like she doesn't want anything with nuts in it.
I think she said she's bi, my friend. She probably wants some nuts from somewhere.
What's your thoughts on the P's jumping into the whole LGBTQ plus movement? I mean, like, I feel like everybody
what
was
are the
super.
P's? What are the P's?
I feel like everybody was super on board with the L's, the B's, the G's. They were like, yeah, hell yeah, like, good for these guys, man. Fuck yeah, this like Christian repressive nonsense.
What's the P?
The P is the minor attracted persons, the old school word for it. Yeah.
Sexual predators?
I can only speak for myself, but I don't think we claim them at the moment. Any time that I've seen people being like, oh, there's a flag now, and I go back to it and it ends up being some sort of like deliberately inflammatory account that, is just trying to get people talking.
Well, even at like even at like the you get these pride rallies and the guys are dancing naked in front of the kids and all that stuff.
Oh, that kind of stuff. I mean, like,
Is that a false flag too?
No, I mean, I didn't go to Pride this year, but I see that it is like out there, and I'm like, there's maybe a line for that, but like, it's more about know that stuff is going to be happening, and know that you know where you stand on taking your kids to that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
But I mean,
I don't know. I lose it on that a little bit. That's where the L's, the B's, the G's, they lose me. This idea that like I can bring my kids to it. It's like, well, it's my kids. It's like, yeah, can't bring your kids to a meth lab.
Right.
Yeah,
Can't
I
bring them
think
to a titty
that-
bar.
You can't bring them to a titty bar.
there
I
are
don't know.
safe ways to show your kids that people like this exist and that you shouldn't,
Yeah,
be attacking them or whatever that are maybe not Pride.
yeah. For the record, very pro L, pro G, pro B. We
So what
We're just not
ended
pro
up what ended up
MAP.
happening to Omri? You guys didn't like put him down, did you?
No, he's still here. I think he came in. I saw him earlier. He was helping me get a sense of the show and like what my responsibilities were and stuff. He still works here.
Okay.
good stuff.
I don't know what
Good.
he's up to now.
So do we have that queued up or
Oh yeah.
let's rock?
Here we go.
All right, show that Quentin Tarantino. Salma Hayek's an all-time baddie, isn't she?
All time. She's in the new Black Mirror.
Hey,
She's
look
like
at him.
50. She looks
Look
even
at him.
better.
You should have showed her out there dancing a little bit.
Here, I'll back
more
it
in the
up a
beginning.
little
Yeah,
bit.
back it
I'll
up a little bit more.
With the snake.
So you can see just how.
I'm gonna see the whole scene.
Oh,
there she is.
mama.
What up, Salma?
So
From Mexico.
you're telling me
You brighten it a little bit, maybe.
you're telling
gotta
me
see those hips.
with those girls I showed you before, you don't think this is worth a passport and a trip down south?
That's Salma Hayek, bro. You think there's gonna be a whole bunch of Salma Hayeks?
Is there not?
I don't know.
There's a whole bunch of them. There's like a farm full of them down in Oaxaca.
Even just here.
Hayek Farm. Yeah, they grow on cactuses out there. That's the cactus flower. Look at that thing. You kidding me? I'd take that to Wingstop. She wants to go to Wingstop. Baby gets
Baby gets Wingstop.
Baby gets Wingstop. She wants Wingstop. Baby gets Wingstop. She wants to get off the plane because the lizard person is not real. We get off that plane.
All right, baby, we out.
We out.
You're right.
We
fake.
out.
He is not real.
Oh my God. All right, we gotta we
got.
No, it's coming up.
we gotta like break this up into like
Here it
non.
comes.
We have a monetized channel now, boys. We gotta watch out for the copyrights. Wow,
She's taking her sweet time. That's all I wanted
I'm
to
drooling.
show. Is,
I'm literally drooling.
Yeah. Look at her strutting down. And what's she gonna do? She's gonna stick that foot right in Quentin's mouth.
Dirty hoof.
Dirty hoof. He puts himself center screen, has her walk all the way across the bar. Oh yeah. Speaking of adrenochrome, man, virgin blood, the whole idea of the vampire drinking the lifeblood from the pure.
Here it goes. Right down that shin. Right into Quentin's receiving mouth. Getting them toes in his gums.
How many takes do you think Quentin did? I mean, he's directing this thing. How many takes? Is this a 4-day shoot? Is this scene? How many takes on this scene? How many takes before Salma was like,
bit into her foot a
enough,
few times.
enough?
Yeah, there's a scene earlier where that's good. There's a scene earlier where he's on the bus with Juliette Lewis, who is, by the way, the sister-in-law of a former guest here.
That's right.
The great Ethan Suplee.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, she's great in so much stuff. Juliette Lewis from back in she was in Cape Fear. She was in From Dusk Till Dawn.
Come on.
She was most recently. She's in I think it's called Yellow Jackets.
Mickey and Mallory, bro.
Of course, bro.
Mickey and
Natural
Mallory.
Born Killers.
Come
Great
on,
one.
man.
Great one. But he's like looking at her, and because the characters that Quentin plays is like he's like a predator, like he's like a rapist, right?
Yeah.
And he's like looking,
The
looking at her, and they
character.
show his like he's staring at her feet, like it just even in like on the bus, like it's such a he puts his reality into his art.
Yeah, we talked about it before. One of my favorite things, even though I as much as I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, if you got rid of all the gratuitous foot scenes, it's like a 16-minute movie.
Really? I only remember her putting them up on the window.
Oh, she puts them up on the window. Then there's like 5 minutes with Margot Robbie in the movie theater. But Margot Robbie's feet have just as much screen time as Margot Robbie's eyes.
Yeah.
It's dangerously close. I'm being hyperbolic, but not by much. And
hyperbole, exaggeration.
Speaking of
Use
Ethan
that word a lot
Suplee,
today.
Ethan, one of our clips has 6 million views with Ethan.
Video of me choking Ben on gas and on my Instagram and on Slick and Thick Instagram now has what, like over 500,000, about 600?
600,000, yeah.
600,000.
So this is what I'm thinking. The video with Ethan that has 6 million views, it's like 3 million Instagram, 3 million TikTok. It's about how My Name is Earl ended.
Right.
And Ethan told us that the episode, or to do a movie, would be about 10 million. So I'm just thinking, maybe we put together a little Kickstarter. Maybe we put together a little petition.
Yeah.
Maybe everybody throws $2 in.
Everyone throws $2.
And we
it's
can
done.
get a Slick and Thick production. My Name is Earl movie. What do you think?
I feel like there's more rights involved that we need to. There's more bridges to cross here.
I don't
think they're just gonna be like, all right, here you go.
Here's
You
what
do
we're
whatever
going to
you
do. We're going to get you in the room with Fox and NBC, and then not even going to say a word. You're just going to show them the Ben video. And then I think all of a sudden we're going to get the rights.
My name is G.
Now we're talking. Yeah, unfortunately, he's
You're
in
gonna play,
in such good shape. I got to play Randy. No. Oh, dude! Now how funny would that be?
If I played
like
Earl,
if
and
we
you
did
played-
if he told us the whole ending, so we did like Always Sunny and we did Lethal Weapon 7, but we did the
Yeah.
My Name is Earl ending. And you're Jason Lee and I'm.
I just gotta grow a mustache. I can grow a mustache. You might hate on my fucking beard growing, but I could grow a mean mustache if I wanted
I think we kind of have to do this.
Hey, I'm down. If we get the fucking 12 mil, I'm down.
I think we kind of have to
Yeah.
do this. I think we should do the My Name is Earl fanfic ending, man.
I don't think they're paying for us to do it though. I think they'd want to see Ethan and Jamie Lee Presley and
I think we
Jason Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can book Jamie Presley, right?
I don't know.
If not, we could book the foot, put her in a blonde wing. I think this thing comes together. I don't know. I think My Name is Earl. Who
You think Nardouche should be a part of it?
I would love Nardouche to be a part of it. We probably need more than 12 mil for Narduch. She's got expensive tastes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
see.
That'd be great.
They're
What-
supposed to make us meatballs too. I don't know whatever happened with that.
What did
They
happen
said
with that?
she said she'd let us know.
She did. We should get back on that.
Yeah.
We should get
We gotta
back
follow
on
up
that.
on those meatballs.
We got to follow up on them Narduch meatballs. And Tara's crushing it too. Everybody's doing great, man.
Yeah.
We're running up
It's
on it.
about
here.
that time,
It's
baby.
about that time.
I got a question to close this out
Go
here.
for it.
And I think Ben and I have had this conversation. What, in your guys' mind, constitutes a short king?
Short king.
What is the height cutoff? What is a short king to you guys?
5'8" and under.
I was gonna say about 5'8".
5'8" and under.
I'm 5'8", but maybe if you're like I don't know. So if you're like 5'9",
What's the average
does it
height of
make it
women?
easier to be a
What's the average height of women?
Okay.
like 5? I don't know.
I think it's 5'4".
Is it really 5'4"?
That seems tall.
5'4"? I thought that seemed
me
low.
look.
5'4", yeah, it's 5'4", it's 5'4".
Five.
You nailed it.
She knows. She
Yeah,
knows.
she
She
knows.
knows.
She knows a lady.
She knows.
It's because I'm 5'5",
She
so I'm
knows.
like, above average.
So,
All right.
what's the average like heels? Like what like how much tall? Like we don't really see women wearing heels anymore, but you got like some
Who
wedges
doesn't
or
see
something like
women
that.
wearing
You know,
heels? I feel like they wear heels.
it's because you're a passport, bro. They wear heels in Colombia, bro.
Oh.
3 inches?
3
Something
inches.
like that.
So yeah, so if it's 4, so if it's like 3 inches on wedges, and the average is 5'4",
Okay, so I'm good. by-
5'7". I'm thinking 5'7", 5'8" is short king. 5'9". I think you're
You become a normal person.
you're a real boy.
Why?
I
What are
just
you?
wondered.
How tall are you?
Don't worry about it.
Come on, man.
5'8".
All right.
Are you 5'8"?
Yeah.
All right,
But
cool.
you guys never looked
You're
at me
not
as
like
a short king.
You're
so
not. I don't look at
No.
you as. I feel like
I'm a wide king.
Bro, you got abs. That's the great equalizer,
Yeah.
man. Abs is the great equalizer. You know,
I look at my boy Bill as like he's a short king,
Bill's a short
but
king.
I think he's like 5'8" too. You know,
Yeah.
my boy
So
Wild
what's
Bill.
the difference?
but
Why
here-
don't you look at me like a short king?
because here's the difference. Bill is like 6'8" when he stands on his wallet. I
think that's I
I'll
think it's
just
also
keep
it's
it-
a little bit of a lifestyle thing.
I'm just
you know
keeping
what I
it
mean?
all. I'm keeping it all
I
the
think
way
it's a
real.
little bit of a lifestyle
yeah,
thing.
like
You know, yeah, you gotta be balling a little bit.
you gotta fuck up
Stop
some
that.
commas, yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck up some commas. Listen, man. Now
How
here.
tall are you, Ben? Yeah, Ben, you're excluded. You're a normal person.
Yeah.
You're a grown man. You're a grown boy.
I'll trade you 2 of my inches for 2 of your abs. You make that deal?
Yeah, because I could just work out and get the abs back.
You think so? You get my
Oh, yeah.
metabolism with those inches.
Yeah. What about you, Natalie? What's a short king to you? Guy-wise. How tall?
I was going to say 5'7".
Okay.
That was my
That's a great answer.
gut, narrowly avoiding the short king category.
Okay.
I love a short king.
I really think it's anybody under 6 foot, but I didn't want them to feel bad.
Yeah.
I think so.
I know people that would agree with you, but
Yeah.
it's, I
Yeah.
don't think it's the
And
general
and they're called
consensus.
every woman on Tinder. Yo, the audacity of Tinder, though. Like, the audacity.
How
Yeah.
tall are you, G?
Well, you know, there's what I say, and then there's what I am.
All right.
I'm 6'2", clearly.
No, not how wide. He said how tall.
Well, that's the thing. I am.
She's as tall as he is wide. That is
yeah,
true.
that is the problem. I am.
Nah,
He's a
you're over
perfect
6
square.
foot.
I'm 6'1".
Yeah.
But
that's what I'm saying.
the problem is like the width. People think I'm like 5'5" until they stay.
They think you're small.
It
and
happened
so-
this whole weekend, man. Because Landau's a short king. He's hilarious, and they see us in the sketches, and they would like think we would be like the same size or like. So we were doing the meet and greets, and we're taking pictures, and like I'm like I gotta take the pictures like
You
down
get down
here.
on your knees.
Yeah. So I mean that again, we've talked about this a lot. One of the things about you that blew me away first day I met you, man. You were a lot bigger than I thought you'd be.
Yeah.
I never in a million years would have thought you were taller than me. In a
Really?
million, never in a million years.
Oh yeah.
No. I was like, oh, look at this big motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, you
No,
don't look
man,
like
it's
that.
true. It's if you see like a person on TV or like especially like in the cage, and because I've seen it too, the taller, leaner guy. So in the division, there's always going to be. Think about it. We're all the same weight.
Mm-hmm.
So the person's either going to be shorter and stockier than me, or they're going to be taller and skinnier than me. Right? I'm on the taller, skinnier side of the division. You know, I'm 6'3". and I fight at 170 pounds, even though I'm over 200 right now, right? But then you'll see certain guys, like you'll see like I remember like a Michael Chandler looks like he's huge, but he's shorter and on the stockier side of his division.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. Robbie Lawler surprised me with how big he was.
Yeah.
He was bigger, like he was thicker than I thought he'd be.
Yeah.
That's
because we all weigh 170 for like a minute, and then we're done. You know what I mean? Then we're back up to 190
I can't
a couple
wait
hours
for your
later.
next fight. Doing shows during your weight cut is going to be so hilarious as you get so hangry having to get 40 pounds off you.
I'll be fine. I get down to 185, and then I'm in striking distance. Mm-hmm. So I really just got to lose about 20.
It's just a poop and a suck out.
It's just a dehydration.
I'll tell you, you know what was trippy, though? Talk about being a short king. I was one of the smallest guys in almost every locker room I was in for 6 months.
Talking about your penis? Or
No, definitely not girthy, slick and thick. I'm like a Coke Zero.
I held my own.
Yeah. Let's just say
I'm like a Coke can.
I'm invited to the cookout. So but everybody in like outside of your second baseman and maybe your center fielder, everybody's 6'5", 6'6" at that level. All the pitchers are 6'7".
I don't get invited to cookouts. They're like, man, this white boy. What's this white boy doing with a big old thing?
Probably because you talk like that. They don't let you. They don't let you there anymore. They're like, my name. I keep telling you, Mickey. My name is Steve. What up, Stevan? It's. You gotta go. You gotta go.
Steven, you get out of here, Mickey.
So I would spend 6 months in the locker room looking up at everybody, thinking I'm short, and then in the off season I'd be bigger than 99% of everybody in the club, being like, wow, this is pretty cool. Yeah. I like the land of the Lilliputians out here. This is the real world out here. I can get used to this. Sure, I'll do coke in the bathroom. All right, so you guys, this has been
let's
great.
Wrap this shit up.
Our first episode, Natalie. I think you did a great job. What do you think?
Thank you. I feel like I hope that I did a great job.
You feel like you're one of the boys?
Yeah, that's usually my MO. So
Nice.
I'm glad it works here too.
Hell
Cool. Yeah, for next show, maybe mix in some topics for us so we're not just bullshitting for an hour and a half, but that would be great.
Yeah.
Thank you for producing.
I showed up very last minute this week, so I'll have that next time.
You got it, Natalie. You did a great job. For Christian, for Ben and the Podcast Junkies, that is the great Mickey Gall. I'm Gerard Michaels. This has been Slick and Thick. Check us out every Monday and Saturday on Gas Digital. Please follow us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and wherever else